The first step to your CE marking is to determine the product's essential characteristics. This is done in a step that is called Initial Type Testing, or ITT. In Initial Type Testing, you choose and determine the essential characteristics that you want to declare in your CE mark. You can't come up with the characteristics yourself, but you can choose them. The available characteristics are listed in the appropriate harmonized standard for your product. From the list, you can freely choose the characteristics you want to announce in your CE marking. When choosing characteristics, just remember that if the characteristic is listed in the harmonized standard, it can only be announced in the CE marking and nowhere else, not even if the customer asks you about it. So be careful when choosing the characteristic for your ITT. Then how many characteristics do you need to declare? Legislation says that you must have at least one essential characteristic declared, and the list of essential characteristics in the standard works as the maximum number of characteristics available for declaration in CE marking. So the number of declared characteristics can be anything between 1 and what is listed in the standard. So who can perform the determination of characteristics? For every characteristic, you need to check the standard. There are two possibilities. Either you can determine them for yourself, or you need an outside institute to determine them for you. If the standard says that a third party needs to do it, you just send the product to a laboratory and they determine the chosen characteristic for you. And if the standard says you can do it yourself, you just follow the step-by-step instructions given in said standard. Or of course, if you feel like not doing it, you can still outsource it. When you are choosing the characteristics to declare, you can save money if you only choose the easy ones that do not need involvement of a third party. Taking the easy way, however, leads to some complications. So let's say that a window manufacturer is doing ITT for CE marking project. The standard says that water tightness is one of the declarable characteristics, but it also says it needs to be determined by an outside laboratory. The manufacturer weighs the two options. He can give the job to an outside lab and then use water tightness, or he can decide not to declare this and choose an easier and cheaper characteristic to determine. He decides to save money and declares another essential character. After the company has gotten to the CE marking for their products, a customer calls and asks about the window's water tightness. Since it is forbidden to use water tightness anywhere if it is not declared according to the standard, the manufacturer's hands are tied. He can't say anything about the product's water tightness, and in this case it costs him the big order. So weigh carefully your options when choosing which essential characteristics you want to declare in your CE marking. So to wrap it up, the main point of ITT and CE marking project is to choose and determine the essential characteristics you want to showcase in your CE mark. ITT is only done once, since the FPC system, which we will look into in our next video, is there to ensure the product's characteristics stay the same even after 10 years.